Very good. So we have Stephen and Sam. So, human body is required for self-knowledge. Tiger cannot realize his real nature, nor the mouse. Not this mouse, the mouse that is I'm talking. So you see that human body is required for self-knowledge, and the human body comes from the past impressions that we say, or you can simply say our DNA should be like this. So we go a little deeper and we say it comes because of the past impressions. And self knowledge comes when ignorance is removed. Ignorance is removed when superimposition, understanding the false nature and the real nature by discernment and dispassion and other practices. So, when the superimposition is gone, the entire world of pain, problem, suffering are separated from me. And when we feel that separation has taken place, that is what is known as awakening. That is one way. We are going a little deeper. How many sufferings you have in deep sleep? How much you suffer in deep sleep? Anyone has a better experience of suffering in deep sleep? So, more or less at the same time, you are totally awakened, conscious, but you are able to keep the entire world separate from you. Even the DNA or RNA or both has caused my birth from the parents. The impressions of those parents are a part of the world and we are separate. So we are happy. Sam, do you see that? So the problem is ignorance. And what about the ignorance? That I do not know what is my real self. Now, see why we say listening, learning, contemplation, and practice are required regularly. Why? Until we reach to that place. You see in the modern world, people come to you and they talk to you. You see that my nature of anger is not going. I don't know what to do. And now see the knowledge given by our masters say that anger is not you. You should know. Anxiety is not you. You are not worthy of suffering. But in order to accept that I'm not worthy of suffering, I have to listen, I have to learn, I have to contemplate, I have to reflect. Otherwise, we go by the same thing: eat, drink, and be merry. This couple I've been talking many a times, they have those who have come to my house on the other side, they have a beautiful house. It's known as 1 acre house. It's a beautiful because I go to them, so I know it. It's a beautiful house, beautiful couple. They both are, you can say, handsome and beautiful. Now they have made up their mind that they are worthy of suffering. How? Blaming, complaining, reaction. Do you see the simple logic? And that we do not understand. No, no, first I understand, honey, you have been creating a lot of problem for me. So when you sleep, you have a dream that honey is making you suffer. You wake up in the morning and then you have a sad face. I'm worthy of suffering. Tell me which branch of the science can give you this knowledge. There is no chance. I don't ever think that I'm not worthy of suffering. So let me find out, let me discover, and let me get rid of it. That is the journey of the Eastern wisdom. Now, the master in this text, he says that all the all the all the suffering comes from the back door. Back door entry of the mind is always open. We do not have a, what do you say, closed circuit? No, we don't have a security camera. So all our suffering comes from the back door. And the security camera is your discernment and your dispassion. You say whatever you want to say. I will not suffer because I will not accept, I will not identify, I will not be attached. You are my honey, I love you, but still I am not attached. Now, to learn this, we need, I don't know how many sessions, our depending on our level of ignorance. So I said backdoor entry. I'm just making you entry. So how should I live in my life? The moment any suffering comes, so it's a backdoor entry. Let me become aware. Let me find out. Let me see how I can not be the. I should not blame. I should not claim that I am worthy of suffering. Which branch of the science can give you this knowledge that we may talk of neuroplasticity? Now it's a buzzword nowadays. We talk of what? We talk of epigenetics, that it changes. 6 weeks of practice can help you change your DNA. The latest research studies. I'm not criticizing it, but what happens once we understand that I have to remove the ignorance, and ignorance causes all these suffering, uh, and these suffering that we experience in our daily life from moment to moment. Terry, not everyone, but so I'm pointing you out. So our master says that when the ignorance brings me an experience of suffering, and removing the ignorance gives me the self knowledge. So the problem versus suffering versus self knowledge. So my problem and the sufferings are an opportunity to realize my real self. Did you understand that? Say yes, even if you don't understand, no problem, because we are, we are continuing. It takes some time, it takes the time. Every problem is an opportunity. Honey says you are stupid, and now you have an opportunity to fight back Oh, let me check. I'm really stupid? No, I'm not. So why should I get worried? Thank you, honey. Are you getting it? I have a problem in the body. Harry. Yes, this is an opportunity to reach to the ultimate stage of my human endeavor. This friend of mine, he called me day before yesterday. We studied together in schools. Then he went to Russia. He did his engineering. Then he traveled around the world. He's a great engineer. So he suffers from diabetes. So he asked me where should I go. So I referred one of my students in southern India. He went there. He spent whatever the money they charged. So she charged the money. So then he called me. I'm not exactly happy with your student. What I have to do? Now, I was thinking in my mind, what I have to do, whether you are happy or unhappy. Pay attention. So, you see that, what I always wanted and I expected, she did not meet my expectation. Even if I stayed about 3 weeks, I spent the money and I'm still frustrated. That is what happens in our daily life. Yeah, it doesn't happen in our relationship, with our kids, with our friends. So my mind struck to one of the greatest principles. It is known as pragya aparad. Pragya means higher consciousness, or it you can say that it's a intellect is totally clear. Where is Sam? Yeah, Sam is there. No, Sam. Yeah, Sam is also there. So no, it does not mean that I'm favoring anyone. I'm just saying that this is what the problem is. So what happened? Pragya aparad. Oh, pragya aparad. So now understand what is this pragya aparad. Pragya means right knowledge, what is right and good for me. I live consciously with the knowledge what is right and good. Clear? Aparad means crime. So the phrase means I do crime against what is right and good for my life and living. I said, were you born with the diabetes? No, I didn't born. Did you not know? I said, I know, but I'm just asking you. So then you have an extra attachment with the sweets. Yes, I had. I also offered you. So I said, I prevented myself, but you got it. This is the crime against what is right and good for my life and living. So I said, none of my student is responsible for it. You are responsible. You committed a crime against you. Did you understand what I'm saying? I did not follow what is right and good in my life and living. He's told me, no, no, now we have been together, but now you are my guru. I said, it will not work. Can you send me two simple 10 minutes of the practice? This is what I'm talking, this is the subject. I said, now you have started guiding me what will help you. This is what you expected from my student, where you spend 3 weeks. So you want to say that I am a doctor and I am a patient. It will not work. Do whatever you want to do. I am going to send you 50 practices. Do whatever you want. Unless you stop crime against, this is a particular literal translation. Pragya aparad. Pragya means a higher consciousness or a higher knowledge or right knowledge or a good knowledge, what is good and right for me, for my life and living. I do crime against. Why I said so? This couple, what should I do? I guide them. I tell them the truth. But now they say yes in presence of me. And then I got an email. I'm not revealing the name, so you are not aware. I'm just telling you that does this happen in my life? Stop this. When you stop this by understanding and then you do the practice, the life will change. Are you getting it? Say yes, I'm getting it. I'll talk about the secondary problem that I did nothing. I followed my lifestyle, what is right and good, in case of a Terry. We'll also understand what happens in our future lessons. Why I said so? Why I open this topic? Every day in the morning, check your progress. Check your progress. Are you rising in consciousness or falling down? Do you remain calm, relaxed, peace, and happy throughout the day? Or what triggers the reaction so that the mind says, I'm worthy of suffering? Did you understand? Yes. Say yes to everything because I'm not teaching, I'm bringing the knowledge from the other people, even if you like me or don't like me. So find out even a slight experience of my anxiety. Then the thought comes, I have an anxiety, I have a stress, I became angry, I am upset. I don't agree with you, I agree with you. These thoughts, two things, thoughts are there and experiences there. What Master says, it blew my mind. And I'm going to say in a simple word. I may have hundreds of the thoughts of anxiety, duality, conflict thoughts, but they do not match my experience. Are you getting it? You wake up in the morning, body is fairly relaxed, you had a sound sleep, but the thought says, you see that, I have a problem. Now, that thought does not match the experience. Because I have millions of impressions that I carry forward from the back door entry of the mind. So my mind repeats the same thoughts again and again. I may not experience, I'm not anxious, but doctor told me that I've been suffering from chronic anxiety. You see the word chronic, chronic. So I have a thought, I'm relaxed, but that thought goes on repeating it again. I'm going to open a different topic on coming Thursday. That's why I said I may have a millions of the thoughts. The master has observed that these thoughts suppresses my true nature. I may not have an experience of that. So now the time has come living consciously. And living consciously, the moment any problem first, either at the level of the thought comes, I should become aware. And then we can take a right action so that the changes will take place. External factors are there, environment is there, family is there, people outside is there, problem outside is there, internal factors are there. The internal factors are wandering mind, disinterested mind, crazy mind, dreaming mind, and they all invite the thoughts from the past, and they trigger, they remain there as a guest until they make you feel that you are really stressed. You really have a problem. And that says, the master uses a different word. It says the mind is working on me. We have to work on every day. Why every day in the morning only? We should live our life with a consciously and see that how it helps you. We should not get carried away by these thoughts. They trigger when we wake up in the morning. Don't I have that? Yes, sometimes I have it. I wake up in the morning and mind says, no, your body is tired. Okay, so let me do a couple of postures, do some breathing. I should take an action instantly. I take the action. It is gone. So, pragya aparad is prevented. Crime against the wisdom is prevented by my conscious mind. I have started working. Somebody said you something. Flip. You feel that hesitation inside. Let me teach him or her a lesson. Hold on. Pragya Prad. Don't express it. Hold on. Become aware. Allow it to calm down. Fear. Allow it to calm down. Are you getting it? Are you getting it? This comes from constant listening and learning, contemplation and reflection, and practice. Want to go back to Terry, for example. Identification is so strong. The moment the body starts moving, the mind says, I cannot control my body. This is a part of the ignorance. I should take my mind deeper within. I should see, let the body continue to move. Let me withdraw it. Let me work on the mind. It will take some time. And it has happened. Many a times you prove that. I'm repeating it again. First thing is to bring the change in the mind. First, change in the mind by thinking, by contemplation, by repeating these principles that we have been learning our day to day life. Nobody dares me to make me agitated. Declare this, be proud of it, work on this. So the thought is gone. So because if there is no thought, so those negative experiences will not also be there, followed by the practice. Do you agree with me? Say yes. Those who do not agree, they should raise their hand. So those people will say, you don't know how much suffering I have. How much suffering I carry on my shoulders. My honey, my kids, my partners, my employees, huh? My Arizona weather, or you can say Alaska weather, unnecessary. You see, we talk a lot about this. Now you all are seekers. Get rid of it. First thought, oh, how hot it is in Arizona. Then you start feeling it. And sometimes you are totally absorbed in your work. You don't feel. You don't have a thought. So you don't feel. Yesterday was someone was saying, I will not remember. Oh, it is very hot. Yes, I said, yes, it's very hot. But then I realized, I'm totally absorbed in my work, I didn't feel it. And if the mind keeps this thought, you start feeling it. Think of this. Change, 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 change. So I use the word, remember, pragya aparad, or simply remember PA. Pragya means the higher consciousness, aparad. I'm not going there to explain that topic, just for those who want to know, who knows a little bit of Ayurveda and everything about the Ayurveda. The cause of all the problems, even at the physical, mental, and emotional level, according to Ayurveda, is prajnaparad. Vata, pitta, kapha comes later. Three types of humors come. Ayurveda clearly states it's a prajnaparad. So change your lifestyle. Change your lifestyle, change your seasonal lifestyle. So then what happens? It brings a new experience in the mind. So now what happens? Your conscious experience gives you a conscious thinking. Why I push you? No, you should share your experiences. So you are sharing the experiences means you are translating that experience into a thought. So at least you are changing your mind, the very thinking way. Do you see that? And the more and more you have those experiences first, then you translate into your expression of the thought, backdoor entry of those thoughts starts dropping. So this is what we say when we change the mind, it changes the brain. Brain means accumulated impressions. So when we change the brain, you change your behavior and attitude. I go to I go to the couple, they keep looking at me. And when I say this is the problem, and then they look at each other. You are the problem. They know that as I don't know. Come on, I know it very well. you see the simple observation. And I enjoy, I said, as long as these people will live, my profession will continue. What should I say? What else can I say? And I said, my goodness, this is So not only this, I'm just only explaining about this. I'm summarizing. So we should, for last thing, I'm making it clear, power of intellect. The faith takes place in the intellect. If I have a faith on these principles, after understanding, I contemplate, I never commit prajna aparadh. I never do crime against my own essential nature. And then I stop worthy of being, worthy of suffering in my life. So let us start our journey now. Oh, we have already started our journey, why I'm saying wrong. So eyes are closed, eyes are closed, the body is steady, and